All right, clear blue skies, beautiful conditions across the valley. As we head into our evening, it looks like the temperatures are quite comfortable as well. We've dropped a degree from our high so far, 70 degrees. It's in the upper 60s, pointing out that we're very dry right now. Dew points have fallen into the 40s. That's a little below average for this time of the year. Not a lot of moisture in the air. That's what that means. Relative humidities are around 45%. That wind from that cool northerly direction. And that's keeping everybody below average for this time of the year. Temperatures between 65 and 70 for almost everyone in the eastern Dakotas. As we look into western Minnesota, Lakes Country warming up to 70 in the Fergus area right now, with Wadena at 68. Quiet conditions right now on our area radar. Looking out to the west, we have some rain showers starting to fire off in the oil patch all the way from northeast Montana into southwest North Dakota. These are traveling in an easterly direction and may impact our weather as we go through the overnight. Let's get to your hour-by-hour forecast for this evening. First and foremost, get out and enjoy. Watch the kids play basketball, soccer, baseball. Go have a picnic out in the park. It looks delightful, and temperatures holding pretty steady through the early evening hours. Few increasing clouds in our westernmost counties, all the way from Ellendale, Oaks, and Lemoore up to Cando and Towner County. And as we head into the bedtime hours, those clouds, at least a high variety, will push into the valley. Temperatures in that 55 to 60 degree range. Now, overnight, you'll see that there's some green starting to show up on the map out west, and that could kick off a few thunderstorms as some energy rolls out of the high plains of Montana and Wyoming. And by daybreak could be moving into the eastern third of North Dakota. So we start our day with some rumbles of thunder, and there's a sliver of a chance that some of these could be severe. The main threat will be gusty winds from these. The things that we're watching out for is the afternoon storm. So when you rise and shine heading to work Friday morning, temperatures in the 50s, warming to near 80 by your lunch hour. And it's this break in the rain activity that will give us the energy we need. Now notice this, I've drawn a warm front on there. The location of this warm front is critical, and right now the models have it painted in the southern portion of the valley. Watch what happens heading into the afternoon. Ahead of this warm front will be our best chance at seeing some isolated thunderstorm cells. A few, not everybody will see them, but these storms could be considerably strong and have the best chance at seeing some of the rotation in them. We'll keep our eyes on that as temperatures soar into the 80s and mid and upper 70s elsewhere. Now, watch what happens out to the west as we go toward the late night hours. We'll go ahead and zoom into our area. Here's those thunderstorms along the warm front that could be severe through the late evening hours, so be aware of that. Then look what rolls into the Devil's Lake Basin. By the time we get to 10 to midnight, these storms will be pushing through. And these are hard to forecast because thunderstorm complexes make their own weather. They change speed and direction. But right now, it looks like this will be moving through the valley in the late hours of the night and into the overnight. Some moving out of the Devil's Lake Basin, and another cluster of thunderstorms blowing out of the western Dakotas could be very severe. The main threat once we get past the midnight hour is going to be large hail and gusty straight line winds. See the curved structure of this storm. That suggests that we'll have some damaging straight line winds with these storms all overnight and into the early hours of the morning. I've paused this at 5:15 with most of the activity into the eastern area of the Red River Valley in Minnesota with heavy rain and gusty winds. So that's the way it's shaping up right now. Remember, slight risk of severe weather. Keep in mind where you can go to stay safe from severe storms should they pop up. Most of us, at least in the early evening, will get away with quiet conditions, though, as we see temperatures rise up into those low 80s for the afternoon. 75 Wahpeton at 3 o'clock and the Langdon area at 70. Out to the east, it'll be quiet for the early evening hours with a temperature near 80 in Fergus Falls. Cross in the sky picked out north of Red Lake Falls. Thank you, Mary Eckstein, for sharing that photo with us here on Valley News Live. And look at Saturday's storms. Those will be in the morning, the remnants of our Friday night activity. Most of Saturday looks delightful on your Father's Day, Sunday. And by the way, the first day of summer, 78 hit and miss thunder showers is it. I think we warm up next week. Good. Although long-term models are kind of disagreeing on that, I'm going with warmer because it sounds like fun.
Okay, well, let's hope that that's the case.
I think it will be.
Thank you, Hutch. Well, coming up next.